Hello, everybody. It is Matt, and it is, what is it, Bloodthirsty Thursday already? Holy smokes. I can't believe this week is just flying by. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when I am here. I know it's an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information, check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. I give you your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your directors, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer, a link for where you can watch this one for free. And if you decide, you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of dollars, and I would greatly appreciate that. Now, with all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a fun one. It came out back just in 2022. It is none other than Axegrinder 3. Yes, it is the third in the franchise. It is actually the first that I've seen in the franchise, but it is the third in the franchise. Now, it is co-directed by both Joe Sherlock and Joseph Voegele. I feel like they both did a fantastic job playing off of each other. This movie runs at about an hour and 9 minutes. It is released through Sterling Entertainment, so I'm pretty sure you can purchase it through their website as well. I think they have last I checked, they had an Axegrinder collection that you could buy that was reasonably priced. Much like most of their product is very reasonable on the cost, especially if you buy in bulk. Alright, now what is this movie about exactly? Well, it is a very interesting little hodgepodge of a slasher film that I would like to say. It starts out with Tonjia Atomic doing a presentation on a story. It then goes into a very just absurd kind of breakout from a local insane asylum, where one of our killers, the Axegrinder, I believe it was Danny, but either way, the Axegrinder himself is somehow released, along with a bunch of other patients. They just freely walk out. I did get a chuckle that each and every one of the patients, except for one, but all the patients decide to close the door behind themselves. So they at least are not that completely crazy that they weren't born in a barn and they know how to shut the door. Yes. But now, with all that said in mind, what do we got going on in this movie? We have all kinds of things going on, from axe killings to people being strangled to death, to stabbings, to all kinds of just lovely deaths inside of this movie, along with classic Joe Sherlock cinema, such as things of long extended shower scenes that are involved. You have a classic Roxxy Mountains, Emma Lynn, Kirk, Sardonis, three-way in the hot tub, which the hot tub is always a bonus in a Joe Sherlock film. If Roxxy Mountains is in it, you're guaranteed you're going to get a hot tub, maybe a sauna scene. But you're guaranteed a shower scene within every Joe Sherlock movie, usually more than one, which is always much appreciated because I always enjoy each and every one of them. Joe Sherlock uses a very good cast of people, from Jackey, Neyman Jones to Kirk, Sardonis, to Dale Wilson, to Tonjia Atomic, Kirk Bowker, Jackey Neyman Jones. Did I say her name already? Just a slew of regulars. Emma Lynn is in here as well, along with Roxxy Mountain's Donna Rooney. Just a slew of his regulars that you are so used to seeing in a Joe Sherlock film are in this one. It is so much fun. I don't want to give away too much about it because I have a problem with giving away spoilers sometimes. This one is a very cut and dry kind of movie. There is no like middle ground with it. It's all straightforward, balls to the wall slasher movie with a lot of great Joe Sherlock humor and sex involved. So it is by far a perfect movie for a day like today. It is a cold, wintry day here where I live, and I am very thankful that I watched this movie today. I feel like it was a perfect home run for what I needed. As far as onto the three things of my movies that I like them to meet, Joe and Joseph did a fantastic. Joe and Joe did a fantastic job working on this together as a co-director project. As far as audio goes, it gets an A+. There is never a moment where you misunderstand what is being said. You can hear every single word that is never muffled. There is never wind or any kind of weird static or any kind of bad thing going on with the sound that makes you have to rewind it to rewatch it just to hear what they just said. So that's why I'm giving it an A+ there. And then on to dialogue. Dialogue is always fun in a Joe Sherlock film. You always have fun little things that are being said. They're schlocky, wacky. They're full of great TNA. They're full of great dialogue. They are written extremely well. They're written by people that written and starring people that you would normally see on the street. In my opinion, I feel like that's why I love Joe Sherlock's films so much. He uses normal people. He doesn't go he has beautiful women, don't get me wrong, but they are I would say obtainable type women. They are down to earth seeming, cool type, not supermodel, over the top type actresses. So he just does a very good job with what he is given, and I give him an A+ on dialogue. Now on to editing. Both Joe and Joe did a fantastic job editing this together. I imagine it can be kind of a nightmare editing two different visions together at times. I would imagine, not unless you're on set together 24/7, and you guys are very vocal and very good at communicating at what you want on screen. Then I can see it being a very smooth, easy project. Otherwise, I imagine it can be kind of stressful at times working with multiple directors. But they do a fantastic job editing this together. It feels like one good solid movie with a couple of cuts, I'm guessing, from the original Axegrinder movie. Because there's some old footage that's edited in here towards the end, that I'm guessing that belongs to that. But they do a fantastic job editing everything together. I'm going to give it an A+. Now on to my final score of the 1 through 5. This thing is going to get a 3.5 out of 5. It is not quite a 4.0 material. It is almost there. It is not quite my favorite Joe Sherlock film, but it is still extremely fun. It is above average as usual. None of his films I have yet to watch are bad. I feel like he does a constant good job with everything that he is basically given at his disposal, that with limited budget and everything like that. I feel like he does a fantastic job. So please hop onto Tubi, check out Axegrinder 3. I know they have I think a couple of the other Axegrinder movies on there as well. But definitely check out Joe Sherlock and Joseph Voegele's Axegrinder 3. It is well worth your time. It is a fun slasher. Just doesn't bring anything new or different to the game. That's the only reason it's not getting a 4.0. But other than that, I think it is a fantastic little film. Alright guys, love your faces, and as always, peace.